Hey viewers, you're watching The Savera and I'm Vidhi Joshi. The Supreme Court declined to make a decision on whether to allow the release of the controversial film Udaipur Files, which is based on the 2022 murder of the tailor Kanhaiya Lal in Rajasthan. A bench comprising Justices Surya Kant and Joy Malia Bagchi instead requested the Delhi High Court to take up the matter on Monday, that is July 29, 2025. The court clarified that it had not passed any order on the merits of the petitions and left it to the High Court to decide in accordance with law. The petitions before the court included one by Jenny Firefox Media Private Limited, the producers of the film, who had challenged the Delhi High Court's earlier stay on the film's release. The stay had been granted on July 10 after a plea by Jamiat Ulema-i-Hind President Maulana Arshad Madani, who argued that the film vilified the Muslim community. Another petition was filed by Muhammad Javed, one of the prime accused in the Kanhaiya Lal murder case, who contended that the release of the film would prejudice his right to a fair trial. The Supreme Court heard submissions from all the sides. Senior advocate Gaurav Bhatia, representing the filmmakers, argued that the petition had become instructions since the central government had already cleared the film for release on July 21. Subject to 6 additional edits on top of the 55 cuts previously made. Bhatia said that the producers had complied with all the directives and questioned why the film's release should be further delayed, pointing out that such judicial interventions could set a problematic precedent where anyone claiming hurt sentiments could approach courts and halt a film. On the other side, senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for Madani, said he had filed a fresh petition against the centre's decision to allow the release after review. He requested the court to order a temporary stay on the release until the High Court had an opportunity to hear the matter. However, the bench refused to entertain this oral request, noting that Madani's petition was not before the Supreme Court at that time, and that he had not approached the High Court after the centre's order. The court directed that the Supreme Court registry to return Madani's petition so it could be submitted before the Delhi High Court for a hearing on Monday. Senior advocate Minaka Guruswamy, appearing for Javed, supported the call for a stay, citing the ongoing and sensitive nature of the trial. She argued that the release of the film could seriously impact the fairness of the proceedings against Javed and the other accused. During the hearing, the bench also considered a separate plea by Satish Kumar Agarwal, who argued in support of the film's release. Agarwal contended that the movies like the Kashmir Files and the Kerala Story had been released despite similar controversies, and that hypersensitivity and selective censorship could not be allowed to thrive in a democratic society. He urged the court to allow the film's release as an expression of artistic freedom. The court, while acknowledging these were thought-provoking arguments, said such questions should be decided in an appropriate forum and reiterated that the High Court was best suited to hear the matter first. Justice Surya Kant observed that when an expert body such as the Central Board of Film Certification reviews a film and makes a determination, courts should normally defer to that judgment. He made it clear that judicial scrutiny is still possible but should not substitute the role of expert agencies unless there is a compelling reason. Sibal responded by saying that this case was different because the Delhi High Court had already watched the film in a private screening before staying its release, a unique move not present in earlier cases. He also referenced the 2020 Amish Devgan judgment where the court had defined the limits of hate speech. Despite the serious nature of the arguments, the bench made a light-hearted remark about the delay in release, suggesting it may have only helped the film by giving it more publicity. 20 days, no loss. More the publicity, the better for the movie, said Justice Kant. The Supreme Court chose not to interfere further at this stage and instead asked all the parties, including Madani and Javed, to approach the Delhi High Court, which will now hear the matter on July 29, that is on Monday. The court emphasized that it had not expressed any view on the merits of the case and that the High Court was at liberty to pass appropriate orders in accordance with the law. Thus, the fate of Udaipur Files remains in the hands of Delhi High Court, where the legal battle will now resume. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.